Hey everyone, I'm Stephen Terlongo, and one of the reasons why I wanted to start making these neighborhood market update videos is because I think there's a huge lack of useful information out there about specific communities here in the Bradenton Lakewood Ranch area. We hear a lot about the Florida market or even the Bradenton Sarasota market, but real estate is very local, and wouldn't it be nice to know what's happening in your specific neighborhood? A lot of homeowners want to understand things like, what are homes actually selling for? And how does that compare to where we were a year ago? How competitive is the market? Or what kind of leverage do buyers and sellers currently have? And realistically, what would happen if they listed their home today? But when you go online, look at social media or YouTube, it feels like there's only two opinions. Either this is the greatest real estate market ever and every home is perfect, or the market is collapsing, home values are crashing, and we're in some massive bubble. And honestly, neither one of these perspectives is accurate. Every neighborhood behaves differently, and the reality is usually much more nuanced than the headlines. So in this video, I want to take a real look at what's actually happening right now inside Greyhawk Landing. Not hype, not fear, just the actual numbers, trends, and what I think they realistically mean for both buyers and sellers. Greyhawk Landing has always stood out to me because it offers a combination that's becoming harder to find in this area. You have a gated entrance, mature landscaping, large home sites, walking trails, multiple pools, fitness amenities, sports courts, preserve area, and overall the community has a very established and well-maintained feel. And one thing that consistently surprises people is how reasonable the HOA fees are, especially when compared to newer, amenity-rich communities nearby. I think part of that is because Greyhawk Landing is a more mature community. The infrastructure is established, the costs are spread across nearly 1,000 homes, and the neighborhood focuses more on practical amenities instead of just trying to operate like a luxury resort. Now let's talk about the actual market. As of right now, there are currently 15 homes actively listed for sale in Greyhawk Landing in the MLS. The average asking price is approximately $754,000, and homes range from around $545,000 all the way up to $1.1 million. The current average asking price per square foot is about $269. Now here's where it gets interesting. Over the last 90 days, there have been 28 closed transactions inside Greyhawk Landing. That's actually a pretty healthy amount of activity compared to other communities of this size. The average selling price during that period was approximately $658,000, with an average sale price per square foot of $264. But when we compare that time period to the same period a year ago, it starts telling a more nuanced story. During the same 90-day period last spring, so from February 19th to May 19th, 2025, Greyhawk only had 15 sales. So transaction volume has increased significantly this year, nearly doubling. However, the average sale price last year was approximately $679,000, and the average price per square foot was closer to $275. So roughly a 3% decline in market value. Hardly crash, it's barely statistically significant. So what does that mean for you? To me, what we're seeing is not a weak market, but a more balanced market. Homes are still selling, buyers are still clearly interested in the neighborhood, but buyers also appear to be much more price conscious and selective than they were during the peak frenzy years. And honestly, that seems to be true across much of Florida right now. What makes Greyhawk Landing even more interesting is how it compares to the broader Manatee County market. Countywide, the median sales price recently increased to around $492,000, which is up approximately 6% over last year. The number of closed sales across Manatee County also increased, up about 4.8% compared to last year. So while the broader county market is still showing some upward pricing pressure, Greyhawk Landing specifically appears to be experiencing more buyer sensitivity around price and value. I believe that this is because homes in this area are competing with new construction homes, and those builders are able to buy down mortgage rates for buyers. I think that creates opportunities for both buyers and sellers, For buyers, it means there may be more negotiating leverage and more inventory choices than we've seen in several years. And for sellers, it means pricing strategy matters more now than it did during those ultra-competitive pandemic market years. The homes that are priced correctly are still moving. It also means that a listing strategy needs to accentuate the unique attributes of Greyhawk because large lot sizes and low HOAs are not something builders can compete with. Overall, I think Greyhawk Landing offers a tremendous amount of value in the Bradenton market, especially for buyers who want large home sites, strong amenities, mature landscaping, and an established gated community without some of the massive cost you see in newer luxury development. So hopefully this video gave you a more realistic and balanced understanding of what's actually happening in Greyhawk Landing right now. If there's another Bradenton, Parish, or Lakewood Ranch community you'd like me to break down next, let me know down in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more local market updates and virtual tours in the Bradenton area.